This is the technique every Jeet Kune Do guy should have. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another good video. You saw the intro, you saw the title. Today I'm going to be giving a full guide, breakdown, explanation on the closing technique. How to close the distance in the fight instantly. That's it. This guide's to be really good, and it's really the whole premises and culmination of Jeet Kune Do. What is Jeet Kune Do? Intercepting and trying to be as efficient and as effective as possible. And so this technique, in my opinion, if a guy doesn't know how to close on somebody, they're not that good. All the great martial artists of this day and age can close fast and close good. Guys like Bruce Lee, Jesse Glover, Adam Chan, all these guys that are like, in my opinion, elite, have some sort of closing technique. So we're gonna talk about it, it's gonna be good, I'm gonna show examples. And without further ado, if you like stuff like this, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and save this video because you're gonna learn a lot. So we're gonna get right into it right now. Real quick, if you're interested in more stuff like this, like full guides, full breakdowns, or full courses, then check out my $5 course in the link in the description below right now. And there as well, I also have a separate but completely free self-improvement course if you're interested in that as well. Now let's get into the video. So, what is the closing technique? The closing technique is the concept of creating some sort of close to close the distance on a potential aggressor to hit him to stop the fight very fast. So a lot of times it's gonna be a finger jab, but it can be a punch, it can be a palm strike. But Bruce Lee made this kind of like iconic and more famous because he had this fast finger jab. But Bruce Lee more or less popularized this idea of closing the distance with some sort of eye strike. Right, it can be a punch, but specifically we're going to talk about using some sort of finger strike because in a real life scenario, if the guy's in my face, whatever, and if I can close really well, fast, hit him in the eye, that will most times stop the confrontation right there, right? So your good Jeet Kune Do schools, your good non-classical Kung Fu schools, are going to teach this type of idea and concept of closing. And so all the close is I got to close distance to be able to hit the person first. So a lot of the places call it the preemptive strike, which is another same terminology, but essentially you have to intercept the person. That's the whole point of closing. You're closing to intercept him from hitting you. So other places call it the preemptive strike, but it's the same thing. It's just the idea of closing distance to hit him before he does something against me, before he pulls out a weapon, before he tries to hit me. That's the closing technique. First of all, it doesn't have to be a finger jab, and I'm going to show you the way I do it, in my opinion, the best way to do it for me. The whole concept of closing is to close the distance to hit an effective target to neutralize the threat before he does anything. That's the whole point, that if you're really good at this, and most like high up JKD guys, most high up non-classical Kung Fu guys, and most high up Wing Chun guys do this all very well, because if you can close good on the guy, it doesn't matter if you can kick, punch, or grapple. I'm already in the fight. That's the whole point of this technique. That this is the technique every Jeet Kune Do guy should have. And that I will give credit that even the original Jeet Kune Do guys, you know, they get this right. They have a good closing because they understand that that's effective, that will work. As you saw in the videos, the traditional close, I'm gonna be facing the guy, I'm gonna have a right lead. If I'm a right lead, I'm gonna have a right lead, and I'm gonna do a finger jab. So the whole point is, once either A, I know he's a threat, or B, he's coming toward me. Once I know I got hit, then I'm going to intercept or preempt a strike with a finger jab to the eye. With no telegraph, that way, once he sees me move, I have already hit him in the eye, and that's it. In those videos, you see a lot of the time they have their hands down here, and like even if I don't hit them, my hands are right here, I'm here, bam, it's like the fast motion like that. I like that. But it takes a lot of practice to be able to have your hands down like this and then hit accurately, bam, to hit them in the eye. It does take a little more coordination to do that. So I'm gonna show you my method of doing it, the way I teach it, because it takes less accuracy. It takes less training hours. To be able to have your hands relaxed, looking at the guy, and at full speed be able to hit him in one eye, and a real combat stress is a little harder. You have to train a little bit. So you have to put those hours in to get it. The way I'm going to show you, I like a lot because it's way simpler. It's way easier. In a real stress environment, the guy's trying to punch your lights out, the guy's trying to kill you, you can perform this easy technique. So, we're going to go right in and I'm going to show you how to do it. So, with any clothes, especially if you JKD, I always show, the right side and the front. So we're going to have the right side and the front. And whenever you're talking to anybody, I always say this. If you're talking to anybody and they're aggressive, they're threatening, talk with your hands, have your hands up. None of this stuff, okay, sir, well, come on, trying to fight, come on, big man, we tried it, none of that stuff. I'm always, hey, okay, I understand, whatever. Fine, you want to go? Fine, okay, I don't know. Because now, this front hand is not just sitting here. This front hand is either a frame, he tries to grab me, I can frame off his face, or this is a finger jab already. It's already here. That's the whole point of this. So, my right leg's in front, my right hand is in front. And when I'm talking, I'm always going to have my right hand in front of my body. Specifically in front of my sternum, my solar plexus, on my center line. That way, it's already controlling center, I can just come out and touch. This is the way I teach it. I already teach from, I'm already talking about like passive stance, okay, I'm talking to the guy, and I come up. Very, very simple. So this is the stance. You're gonna have, talking to him casually, but your right hand's gonna be in front of your body, and your elbow's gonna be about a fist off your body. So notice here, I'm still talking to him. I'm not doing, hey, stop that. I'm not in a stance of really threatening. No, I'm talking to the guy. Okay, man, I'll keep my money. I don't know. From here, it's in, I'm already in the stance. This left hand is just supporting, it's here. It's guarding just in case if he does something. I can still block, I can still defend. But they're down low. They're down low to look non-threatening. So I'm here, I'm talking to the guy. From here too, if I have to do something, my back foot is going to be on the ball of his foot. Because now I'm springing, I can be able to spring. And from this, the weight's already transferred to where I can just step and hit. To where there's no telegraph. So this is like the first beginning of the way I teach the close. Because you see a lot of really good guys, and there's no, I'm not dissing them, that can do the close from down here, bam. And that's very good and effective, and I love that. But I like having my hands up here because in real life, for me, I'm never gonna have my hands down like this. I'm always gonna, okay, I talk my hands down, okay, you want, okay, you're right, or I don't know, man, okay, step back. I'm always doing some of my hands, I'm always. So it's just more natural for me to hear, I gotta do something, I'm just right there. It's more natural for me. And then my hands are already talking because if he swings, do something, my hands are already in the way anyway. If they're down here, I'm gonna have to bring them up to do something. And so that's why I'm showing you this way, which I think is better, in my opinion, because it's a little faster, your hands are up. But really, it's what works for you. So, we already talked about having the hand placement in the foot. If you notice my feet, I'm facing them. Not bladed like this, but I'm facing them because I want to be able to see everything. And now, I can easily address any targets, any threats. So I'm not bladed. But yet again, I'm kind of squaring them up with my feet, my legs in front. And I want to get used to having my weight center of my body, more or less. Because now I can move, bam. If it's leaned back on the back foot, I have to shift my weight to punch. And he's going to see that if he's good. The whole point of the close is to develop a technique so fast, so good, to where it doesn't matter how good they are, you're going to be able to close on them and hit them. So notice I don't want to go on the back foot like this, because now if I have to punch, I have to get off back foot to do something, to land something. The whole reason telegraphing is it's important not to do it, because if you don't have any telegraph with this, you will hit them every time. I've done it so many times, and you will hit them if you don't telegraph. That's open because I can either sneak up on the distance or I can be at a distance, but if you don't telegraph, you will hit them. And once you hit them in the eye, you will intercept any other thing they're gonna try to do. That's why it's so important to be fast and not telegraph. But I do stress when you start practicing this, don't go for speed first, go for not telegraphing. Just practice from here and go straight to it, don't telegraph. But we'll get into that in a second. So we already covered, I'm facing, my feet are up, my hands are already talking like this, but notice my right hand's in front of my body, elongated, and then my left hand's kind of guarding in the rear, guarding. From here, I'm talking to the guy, this is your stance. This is your real stance. This is the stance you're gonna use to close on the guy. This is why it's just effective. My hands are up, I'm ready to do something. From here, when I decide to go, and when he gets to hit me or anything, all I'm gonna do, as I'm stepping, I'm moving the hand at the same exact time. I'm not stepping and then hitting. Because he's gonna see that. He's gonna see that telegraph. If I do this, he's gonna see that. But instead, I'm going to step and move with the hand the same exact time. That is the motion. So I want you to practice in the mirror or on a bag. From this, having the hands low. I'm here, my weight's centered. I feel comfortable. I'm here, step and move the hand at the same time. I'm just gonna practice this motion. Every time, here, getting used to, if I'm here, I'm talking to him, but every time I move the hand, I step. That I'm not doing this, that every time I step, if I move with intent, I'm immediately going at the same time. So it's hard for me to read, and I'm gonna show you that it works. That in essence, is the basic part of the close, of the hand placement and the step and moving. I like having the hands up as well because this hand-eye coordination-wise, it's easier for me to hit him in the eye now. There's something about me being able to see my hand, my peripheral, my brain easily connects the dots from hand to eye. This way, you're gonna hit it 9 times out of 10 without training this. You're able to hit this. If your hands are down, it takes a lot of reps. Bruce Lee did tens of thousands of reps from hands down, hitting paper, hitting wood with the finger jab. If you don't want to do that, yet again, you can just do my method. This way works, especially if you have distance, because in real life, I'm talking my hands. For this far, I know his weapon is a knife or something. He has a knife. Let's say he's talking all weird and crazy, and he kind of shows he's trying to go get it. From here, I'm gonna kind of do it. So from here, I can talk to the guy. Okay. And then if he's asking for something on my wallet, I go, okay, I can get my wallet, I can get it. And I'm already gonna move in. That from the same motion here, I can casually start stepping, come up, and then guard and go for the close. That even from a distance, I can practice it. So this close works really well, but most fights are gonna start in this close range where you can touch them. Or touch them and step one step back. This is where most fights start. That's what we're always talking about, having the hands here, and it's casually here. So that's what I first want you to practice, this motion of here, bam. Close, where I barely have to take a step to hit him, and to practice that. So now, if he tries to throw anything, I can intercept him with that, like this. In real life, when the guy telegraphs, because in real life, he's gonna throw everything he's got, it's gonna be even easier to see coming, because it's gonna really look like this. I'm here. I'm here. You're gonna see the telegraph, and that's when you go in. If I'm at a distance, and I know it's a close, then notice my stance will be talking, but I'm gonna be kind of leaning forward some, so that I have the hands up. So I'm here. I'll be casually talking out, okay, back up. But notice my feet are getting into action and they're getting ready to step. Once I'm ready to close the distance and I step, yet again, I'm moving the hand at the same time to close distance, almost like a fencer, to close and hit them. So it takes practice, but It's practicing getting your feet in line. That's what I am right here. To practice that step. And just go slow at first. But it's a lot from fencing the step. That's where Bruce got it from. Because a lot of times the fencing, your foot's laid like this and you practice the lunge. It's the same mechanic of the lunge, but your back foot isn't turned, it's still facing kind of straight. So you can just practice, move your hands, talking to the guy, and practice shifting your weight, and then bend. So this close works most of the times, but it works if the person's hands are down. Because most times their hands will be down if they're yelling. They're gonna try to look confident and boastful and tough. So they're not gonna be in a stance most of the time. If they are in a stance, their hands are up. Their hands are up. Well, now if I do it, he can defend it if there's distance. If there's distance, then I wanna go for the side kick, bam, to the leg, to the knee. That's a good one. I go for leg obstruction. I go for other stuff. I can, if I kick a lot, I can go for the kick. You do a lot of stuff. You go for the groin. That's different. But this close works if their hands are down. Or if you're close. If his hands are up, but I'm close, I can still land the finger jab, and that's what I'm gonna show you now. We talked about that the non-telegraphic nature of it is what makes it effective. And so even if his hands are up, it doesn't matter. As long as you don't telegraph, and you have the correct form, you'll be able to touch them at the time. So we'll demonstrate. Face me like more, like this, put out. There we go. So we kind of see it. Okay. So he's gonna have his hands right by his face. And whenever he sees me move to touch, he's gonna block, defend, whatever he wants to do. But it's to show that it's body mechanics. It's to show that even Jesse Glover said this, that if you're in touching range and you don't telegraph, the person on the other end does not have enough time to react physically. His brain does not have enough time to see the threat coming, analyze what it is, and defend it. You don't have enough time. That's why I always teach it's important to have your hands up in this close range because you don't have enough time to react. That's what you're gonna see. That's why if I'm already here, that is all I'm doing. Even if your hands are down here and you come up, it's still way faster and the guy's not gonna have time to react. So by the time he punches, you've already hit him in the eye, and then you can do other stuff and whatever. So this is here. Whenever he sees me move, he's gonna defend it. And you'll see that I should be able to hit him because I'm not telegraphing. And to have the actual correct form. You notice I'm not faking him out. I'm not. This is just generally when I went to move, And see, I wasn't going super fast, but you're gonna be able to reach when touching. That's why I always teach the hand. I don't teach this method unless you're far back and you're really good. I always teach the hands are already up, doing something, talking to the guy already, and I can just go and hit. So now, once you've practiced just the movement of the arm, it's very simple. If I'm this close, all I'm really doing is bringing my elbow up, my hand forward. That's all I'm doing. It's making it very simple. Anyone can do this. My hands going up, my elbows going forward, and that's it. It's body mechanics. That's why it's so fast. Practice that first. Once you have that down, you're very fast, just that simple motion. Then practice now where it's a little distance where I can't reach them. I'm gonna have to take a short, tiny step because this is realistic, right? I'm not gonna feel comfortable getting too close to the guy. This is more realistic. So you can practice this on anything. And just practice motion, but if you have a partner, this is a good drill to do. Here we do the same thing. You're gonna notice with this, the transfer of weight in the foot step is the most important part. So you're gonna see, if I telegraph and step first, he's gonna see it coming like this. He sees it coming, because he sees me step first. He's gonna see it and he's gonna do something else. You don't wanna do that. You wanna practice stepping and moving at the same time. That's the idea. So once you get the good form and technique, it'll start to look like this. Yeah, you can finish. Oh, no. It's all good. So you can see, even from that, his hands being up, he can't defend it because it's body mechanics. You just don't have enough time to react. That's the point. So now, if he's a big guy, stand up tough and whatever, doesn't matter what he does, once I see him move to hit, or once I know I have to hit him first, that motion is gonna be able to close the distance to hit him in the eye. Once I hit him in the eye, it's gonna take his head back, turn, close his eyes, and now it gives me time to do something, to hit or to run. But automatically, once I hit him, it's going to stop his next move. Whatever his next move was, it's gonna stop the punch, it's gonna stop the takedown, and I can run, get out of there, and keep attacking. One reason this works so well is that I'm using something Bruce called hammer principle. That's one thing I'm using in the close, that if your hands are down, it's harder, you're not using that principle. The whole idea with hammer principle is that your elbows in front of your body, they teach this in Wing Chun and stuff, and it's occupying center, but with my elbow in front of my body, it's much easier and faster for me to move my hand because I'm just snapping the elbow up. That's all I'm doing, and it's very easy, but much faster. If the elbow's down and I have to move the elbow, it's more time, and you can still do it fast, but with the elbow up and in the way, all I have to do is snap it up, and it's much faster. That's body mechanics. Bruce knew this. He taught Bob Braver the same technique, the same principle of hammer principle. So I'm utilizing that idea with the guard that I implement, so that all I'm doing is just bring the elbow up. And bringing the elbow up naturally is much faster. So I want you to try this close. I like it very much, very well, it works very well. But yeah, again, just notice that's the only time you can use it is if their hands are down. That's the main thing. That's what the close is for, because most fights start yelling, arguing, trying to look tough, intimidating, hands are down. And you're practicing intercepting their thought to hit you. That's what you're doing. If the guy is threatening me and stuff, I don't need to just wait and let him punch me. If he's threatening me, he's gonna do some crazy stuff to me, I'm already here, I'm just gonna go in for it anyway. You don't need to wait and see if he says he's gonna kill you. That's what it's for. If his hands are up, I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna kick, I'm gonna do something, I can do whatever, something else. But that's the whole point. And that you just have to practice it to where you get good enough to where you're not telegraphing. And you can do this drill with anybody, get them to, wear goggles, or you can do a harder drill and make them hold their hand up or a mat up. And the same thing, when you move your hand out the way. That's harder, but you gotta get that non-telegraphic speed so that when in real life the person is gonna be close to you, your hands will be up or down here, it's gonna be easier to just touch them in the eye, and that's it. That's what you're trying to do. So that's it for the video, guys. Let me know in the comments if you like this, and if you need any tips, any help, or if you want me to make a more in-depth video on stuff like this, let me know. Also, if you wanna learn more in-depth things like this and an actual multiple courses, hundreds of videos of this type of stuff, go ahead, join the $5 course. Link in the description, you'll see it right there, click that. And yet again, if you want to learn self-improvement, I have a free self-improvement guide and course in the link in the description as well. Thank you for watching, and yet again, let me know what other videos you want to see, what else I should do. And with that out the way, thank you for watching, stay safe. I'll see you in the next video. Keep training.